The purpose of this video is to provide a demonstration that describes how the pre-filled tax form generator works. The tax form generator in Office Solver generates the 941s, 940, W-2s, and W-3s. So let's start by creating the W-2s. So in the main menu, click on Tax Forms, then select W-2. Then click on the Create New Form button, select the year, and you could select all employees by default or select a specific employee and click the Create button, and you're prompt to complete some optional fields here. The required fields are filled in by the application, um, by the tax form application, which takes information from payroll setup, um, from the timesheet manager, and from the payroll processing. So once you click on the Create button, as you can see, all of the W-2 forms are created. We'll take a quick look at one. Um, so this is just an example of what you can expect to see with the W-2 form for 2026. So now let's look at the 941 forms. So let's create those. So after selecting the 941 application, tax form application, select the year, and we'll do the first quarter. And here are the optional fields that I described. You basically use your judgments to determine if you need to complete any of these options. They may be applicable to your business. For example, if you have a tax preparer, you may want to fill their information in here in this section, then click on the Create button. And here's the 941 form. This is dummy data that's currently in the payroll, but for the first quarter of this year, it's accurately filled this in for 3 employees. So one thing I should point out is that the 940 and W3 are annual forms that haven't been released by the IRS at this point of the year. So they're normally released toward the end of the year. But let's take a look of how we would create them in Office Solver. So after selecting 940, you simply select the year, click the Create button. You're redirected to the optional field sections. Then click the Create button, and you have your 940 form. You take a look at it. You know, it's the same 940 form that you could find online, except it will be filled out. So for the last form is the W3. This form is used to transmit the W2, a copy of the W2 data that you've already generated. So after selecting W3, select the year, click the Create button. You have an opportunity to fill in certain information, optional in this case. Click the Create button, and here's your form. So this is what the completed W3 looks like. Um, this would be for the year ending 2025. So with that said, just to summarize, the tax form generator creates the 941, which is the employer's quarterly payroll tax return, the 940, which is the Federal Unemployment Tax Act tax return. It also generates uh, pre-filled W-2s, wages and tax statements. This is an IRS document that employers must provide employees by January 31st each year. And finally, Office Hour generates the pre-filled W-3 transmittal of wages and tax forms. Again, this is another IRS document that reports annual wages, tips, and other compensations, along with taxes withheld. So with that said, this will end the demonstration for the tax forms.